Precept, and I'm gonna check the audio.
All right. We live.
Hey, Shalom, Markion. Hey, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakodash.
Hey, double honor to the apostles and
Right.
elders that rule well. And peace and blessings to you brothers out there that's keeping words and shooting y'all some truth.
Right.
And we are the true Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this place, spiritually known as Babylon, man. And also, with this place falling, we're here to prophesy the next rulers of the world, man.
That's right.
Which consists of the elect of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. You people consist of the true nation of Israel, contrary to popular belief. All right. So we are here to give our people warning about basically our true power, man. Which his name is Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
Go ahead,
Amos 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the central kingdom.
That's right.
And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
That's right.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord.
That's right. Saving he would not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, man. Same way in which he preserved us right there in the time of Peril. He's going to do that now, but it's only going to be for the elect.
That's right.
So it behooves you, if you are so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Americans, or foreign Israelites, you guys out there that look like these various nations, man, to come under the understanding of the scriptures, man. Because wisdom and knowledge is going to be stability in our times.
That's right.
That. In Isaiah 33 and 6.
I got it.
This is what's going to save you in that day, man. Right? Because a lot of people are living their lives in a very nihilistic manner. If you look at that word nihilistic, it means without meaning. And that same ideology of meaningless is going to get a lot of these people entrapped in that day, man. It's going to induce a lot of people to take the mark of the beast, man, which you know spiritually to be the RFID chip. Right? So understanding who your enemy is, man, is going to save you in that day.
Right.
Go ahead, Doc.
It's Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation.
That's right. Strength of salvation, man. It's going to be your strength. Right? Go ahead, Doc.
The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
That's right. The fear of the Most High is going to be your treasure. It's going to be because you have reverence to the Most High. And if you reverence somebody, guess what? You're going to do what they say. Case in point, if you were raised by your father or your mother, and she's somebody who demanded respect, where out of fear, what do? Well, you give them that reverence that's due. You do what they say, right?
Yeah.
So we were given the law set your commandments, a culture, if you will, a certain way in which you're supposed to live. And if you reverence the Most High, synonymously speaking, if you fear the Most High, what are you going to do? You're going to do what he tells you to do, right?
Right.
Which was given to us in the law, statute, and commandments, bro.
Real quick.
Go ahead, Doc.
Sirach 19 and 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love.
That's right. The fear of the Most High, right, is how you obtain the love of the Most High, man. Right? They're covering. But a lot of our people, man, they're under the spell of Satan on them, man, which spiritually speaking, right, is Edomites, man, on down. That's pushing this philosophy that there is no God, that you're your own God, right? And now you have after the whole Kobe incident, you have all these so-called black atheists popping up, and what are they spewing? You're your own God, man, right?
Right.
Really the rhetoric of Baphomet, right? Hey, what's that? In Psalms 14, can we get that? That do is that word spirit, that wisdom of Solomon in the 2nd chapter spirit, man, which goes back to that nihilistic way of life, man.
I got a quick one for you.
Go ahead, Doc.
Psalm 73 and 9.
Right.
They set their mouths against the heavens, and their tongues walketh through the earth.
That's right. The philosophy of the so-called white man has encapsulated you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. And because you're under that vibration, you become brute beasts. Because what does Esau pushing? Well, he pushes a very impulsive doctrine. Do what thou will. Sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. Live your life. You only live once. It's very impulsive. YOLO. Beast-like. Animalistic, man. right?
Yep.
That's why it says in the scriptures that the things of the carnal man can't receive those things that are spiritual.
Yep.
Because he's too busy trying to please them demons, which is that flesh.
Yep.
But we're here to give our people a way, a life, man. Again, a culture for them to abide by. And whoever have ears to hear, let them hear. We're not fishing for everybody.
Right.
We're fishing for the elect.
Yeah.
If I could add, that's why it says in John, love not the things of this world. For all that's in the world is lust of the flesh, the eyes, pride,
Right.
not of the Most High.
Right, right.
Quick one.
Yeah.
1 Corinthians 2:12.
Let's see, bro.
Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is of Yahweh, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Yahweh,
right.
which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teacheth,
Right.
but which the Holy Spirit teacheth,
Yep.
comparing spiritual things with spiritual.
Right, because the world, what is it pushing, man? Well, it is basically pushing the Greek and Roman doctrine, man. The Platonic life, but versus a Stoic life and all those debates and things of that nature. And really, it's about just pleasing your flesh, man. One is about putting, and it's about ultimately uplifting yourself. Whether it be you're a Stoic or Platonic.
Man,
Because a Stoic is what? Somebody who's very disciplined, like an Aristotle or Marcus Aurelius. But it was all about putting yourself under subjection, right? It was all about you being your own God. Conversely, somebody who's Platonic, what is that going to? Somebody who's pleasing their own flesh, living a carefree and happy life, man. And those are the same doctrines that Paul was coming up against. I want to say in Acts, the 9th chapter, man. Those people that was wanting to debate on Mars Hill and all that crap. Those are the main two people he was coming up against. But what was the doctrine they was pushing? You're your own God. There is no God.
Yeah.
The unknown God.
Black woman's God.
Right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ox.
1 Corinthians 2:14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him.
Right.
Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned.
That's right. And what's going on in this world is spiritual discerned.
Yeah.
These people wasn't given the understanding of prophecy, man.
Yeah.
To understand that what's happened was ordained by a power.
Right.
You see?
And not a power that charges your phone, or a power that allows you to drive a vehicle. Something greater than that. Something that's not temporal. We're dealing with something that's eternal, and that's what this world has been suppressed from through Esau being the base man. He's giving you the basics of necessities and spiritual and physical for you to live with, and now people have become complacent with that.
Right.
And that's completely put them in a disarray.
Right.
So now when they see something that's pure, if you will, righteous, if you will, they look at it and scoff at it, because they need to see their charger charging. They need to see a full tank of gas to believe they're going to get there.
Right.
They need to see the right amount of money for them to feel they can make it to the end of the week.
That's right. It's not pleasing unto them.
Yeah.
It's nothing that's tangible that they can consume with their flesh.
Yeah.
The things that we have is spiritually disearned.
Yeah.
And that's where there's enmity between us and them.
Yep.
Because these people are consumed with what? Pleasing their flesh.
Yep.
And that doctrine has induced them to produce what? All types of madness.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and read that Wisdom of Solomon, bro. You have something else, bro?
Yeah.
What you have? Come on,
This is Romans 8 and verse 4. Romans 8:4. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
That's right.
But they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit.
That's right. Speak over it now. Go ahead.
I'll read verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
That's right.
And through the Spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, being born again, we have become spiritually minded. It tells you in the scriptures to mortify your members.
Yeah.
Put off that weak nature.
Yeah.
Because the flesh will lead you to death every time, man. But the Spirit leads you to life and peace.
Yeah.
That's right.
And the Spirit is always at war with the flesh.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yahushua said, peace, my peace I leave unto you. And we got to constantly meditate on that, because your average everyday person that's in the flesh is bitter. By nature, they're bitter, they're upset, they're unhappy. You know, we're pleased with the sun shining, because we know that's a sign of the Lord still dealing with us.
Yep.
You see? This is Psalms 14:1. The fool has said in his heart, there is no power. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good.
That's right. Hey, and that's what you see being perpetuated, man. Now it's creeping into you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans communities, man, with this whole concept of knowledge of self.
Right.
And all that madness, man. Really, that's going into what? Self-worship, man.
Yep.
And they like to quote Psalms 82nd chapter, man. Say, see, even the Bible says we are gods. That's talking about being a ruler, man.
That's
you
right.
look up that word God, it goes to the plural word Elohim, which means powers, man. Right? Which means judges. But what are they judging them? What are these various guys judging with? With their own intellect? No, it's going to talking about the laws, such and commandments that was given unto us, man. By who? By Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua.
Right,
The
yeah.
true power. It's not something you just conjure up because you're so cold. You got this guy Will D saying that he's his own God. When he goes on, before he goes on stage, he likes to pray to himself, man.
Damn.
Well, who gave you that? Who gave you that connotation? Who gave you that understanding, man? You see? Hey, you put the creature over the creator, yeah? Right? So you can understand that there's a power because you profess it as a God, but you put but you naming it as beasts or as wood, man.
All right.
A piece of box saying the black woman's God because she nourishes life.
Yeah.
How is more so for the Heavenly Father? What is something about Wisdom of Solomon, the 3rd chapter? I believe it talks about that, bro.
I got a
quick
quick
one. I got a quick
No,
one.
not.
Real quick. Focus on.
Yep.
Romans 9:21. Has not the potter power over the clay, or of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? So that's telling you right there that the potter has power over the clay being us, the vessel. Just like when you watch a movie like Ghost, Patrick Swayze with Demi Moore, he's shaping the clay. They had power to create a beautiful vase or to destroy it. So that's just like us. Man's life is as a vapor. So when you're in that mindset of I'm a God, as in I'm my own God, I can save myself, kill myself, keep myself alive, you're nothing more than a baby Edomite. Because Esau has been programmed to have the mindset of I will sit as God. I'll pray to myself. I don't need a savior. I can save myself. Right. But you're a God, and look at what you're giving yourself. Take your ass on another planet. Right. If you're praying to yourself. Pray to yourself that you don't got to pay rent again. Why don't you fly?
Right.
Simple ass niggas.
Right. Now you do have a certain judgment in your everyday life, but it's bigger than that, right? See how people don't understand that they need something that's bigger than them to conduct themselves, man.
Yeah.
You see, they need something bigger than them to save them. Yeah. You see, and that was always a problem with the nation of Israel. We always wanted to worship something that was corruptible. Something that we could see. And now the flavor of the century, which has been for years technically, is the Queen of Heaven. Yeah. Right? Yeah. That woman. Yeah. Why? Because a woman is a huge catalyst to reincarnation. Yeah. But see, we took those customs of the heathens, man, in particular with the Hamites that worship sex, because they knew that sex, you know what I'm saying, was a huge part of reincarnation, right? Took those customs on, man, and guess what? Hey, that's why we descended in the manner in which we did, man. As fast forward, that's why we out here on the highways and byways, telling our people that we in captivity, man. That's why we went to slavery and things of that nature. Right. Worshiping these brute beasts. Huh? Go ahead,
This is Wisdom of Solomon 13 and verse 1. Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of the Most High, and could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is.
That's right. So they don't they understand the power, you know what I'm saying, in the ecosystem,
Right.
the power in the trees,
Right.
the power in the human mind.
Son.
When you really just sit back and fathom how powerful the human mind is, you know, it's something that to be an eye, right?
Right.
Hey, you could imagine things, the connotation, think about things in the past, you know what I'm saying? Think about things in the future.
Devise plans.
Devise very crafty plans,
It
man.
tells you Esau is wiser than Daniel.
Right.
Right,
Bring something into existence.
right. Speak something into existence, man. This body with certain thoughts,
Yeah.
right? That's only a little. That's only a little part or a small example of the power of the Most High, man.
Right.
Because we are still subject to this realm.
Right. Yep.
You see? So with that understanding of the power of the mind, the power of the understanding beast, the power of the understanding the land, these people, they're looking at these various things and they can't understand that there's a higher power that made it.
Right.
Go ahead, read that again now.
Wisdom of Solomon 13, verse 1. Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of the Most High, and could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is.
That's right.
Can I make a point real quick? That's why in Genesis it says that the breath of life was breathed into Adam, because you had all these other people on the earth that were reverencing the animals they might have saw, or the sun or the moon. So the Lord had to breathe that wisdom into Adam for him to set a standard. You know, there is a power that made the sun and the moon. There's a power that created this lion, Ariyah, you know, Davium, bears. So then people, they were vain. They were looking at the creation instead of the creator. And that's where we're in now. People are looking at the creations more than the creator.
Yep.
You know, you're more taken back by the painting than by the painter.
Right.
You know?
It's like you got this guy Arian Spears.
Right.
You know, he wants to make the argument. I'm on the fence of whether or not there's a God.
Right.
You know, but when you go and you travel to various places, man. Hey, even in the U.S. is huge, man.
Yeah.
And you see some places, man, you're like, man, there's a high power.
That's right.
You know,
Yep.
right?
Right.
But he can't put two and two together.
Nope.
He doesn't you know, it's time for our people to consider why we are in the situation that we in. And that's one reason why, you know what I'm saying, our people don't believe in the higher power.
Let me get that for you.
Because they haven't considered it. Haggai, they haven't considered. Right? Yeah. Why the Most High allow us to be in this predicament? And also, contemporarily speaking, is he pleased with what he sees in our various so-called neighborhoods, hoods?
Real quick.
Guard.
Isaiah 1:3, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know, my people doth not consider.
Our people does not consider, man. Our people don't understand that there is a high power. And there's one high power.
Yeah. They're defeated. They're so defeated by Esau, they look at the Bible as their oppressor's book. So they don't want nothing to do with it.
Yep.
They quote the Bible.
I got a quick precept. I'm sorry. It's St. Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 10. And it says, but the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is the true power. He is the living power and the everlasting king. And his wrath the earth shall tremble, and the nature shall not be able to abide his indignation. Right, man? So Yahweh Shema Shai he's the God of gods, man. So a nigga, you know, like a non-yourself nigga saying that I'm God, like nah, like the Most High made you to have that thought. So how much more the Yahweh Shema Shai, man?
Right.
You know, are you gonna conjure up chariots to redeem yourself out of that nuclear fire, man? Hell no. Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna do that, man.
That's right.
That was it, though.
That's right.
Go ahead. This is Psalms 96, verse 4. I'll start at 4. For the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, is great and greatly to be praised. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols. But the Most High made the heavens.
That's right. That the true power makes the heaven, man. And with us worshiping all these false doctrines, guess what, man? That's what crept in. That was a reason why we are put in this state, man, because you are not worshiping the true power.
Yep.
And that's another thing that people don't consider. If there is a higher power, it can't be a whole bunch of other powers. You can't believe in Islam, then be a Christian, then believe in Molech, then believe all these guys have marriage. No, it's a one power, right? And that's another thing that people don't consider, man. So when Isaiah said the ox knows his master's crib, man, let's go into the fact that our people have always wandered from idol to idol. It's still until this day. If there is a true power, follow him, man.
Right.
But our people always want to question the Most High and worship these other deities. And that's why we are in the predicament that we're in, man.
Because they know in their spirit, what they would say, unbeknownst to them, they know that this power, who they call God, why is he only judging them? Because Molech ain't judging them, Buddha ain't judging them, Krishna ain't judging them, but why is God judging them?
Right.
And then they got to realize, oh, he's judging me because he loves me.
Yep.
He chose me. That's why he's angry with me, you know?
Right.
So if I can add, that goes with Malachi.
Yep.
Where God loved us.
Yep.
You know, Jake don't really understand that the Most High chose us. He
Yep.
gave us laws, statutes, commandments, you know, ways to conduct ourselves on this earth, right? In the matrix.
Right.
So there's a certain way that you have to live because the Heavenly Father's looking down on you. So if he's looking down on you, seeing you eating crab and pork, you putting it on Instagram, that ain't pleasing to the Most High. That's contrary to his law.
Right.
So the Most High start plaguing you. Give
Right.
diabetes,
Yeah.
high blood pressure.
Well, we all know that spirit. When you try to look out for someone and they don't want to listen, and layman's term, you're like, well, fuck you then. I'm
Right.
trying to help you out.
Yep.
If you want to do it then.
Hey, what's that? That's Romans the 1st chapter.
Yep. Get that.
Trying to get that, professing himself to be wise,
Yeah.
became fools.
I got a quick one for you.
Nah.
Baruch 4:6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, ye were delivered unto the enemies.
That's right.
For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to your power. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you.
That's right. So there was a certain contract that Most High had with us, it's his people, and we broke that contract. And within that contract, there's certain stipulations that say, wait, because if you break this contract, I'm going to allow you to be placed into captivity. You're going to forget who you are. You're going to worship these other guys that's going to have no merit, and you're going to be in a state of confusion.
Right.
Broken that union.
Right. And that's what we see. You got guys like Arian Spears, which I think he's a low-level demon.
Yeah.
He
You know what I'm
is.
saying, that was put into place to make Jake contemplate or doubt the Most High. Will these they're all probably Masons, man.
Yep.
Or it's like if I could add that nigga, what's his name, Boosie, Lil Boosie.
Yeah,
He was like, he
they're
said,
all Masons.
Yeah.
They're all
Set up.
Masons, man.
Yeah,
Set up,
man.
man.
Yeah.
Really, they received their consolation.
Yeah.
Right.
They got a little consolation
Yeah.
prize from Esau, and now they think they're God.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Envying their oppressor
Right.
Yep.
has given them even a stronger delusion to reality.
That's right, brother. That's right. That's right. And because of that's why you see an influx of wickedness being brought out, man, at a higher rate, because we're close to the end.
Yeah.
I start at 18. Romans 1:18. For the wrath of the Most High is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness, because that which may be known of the Most High is manifest in them, for the Most High has showed it unto them. He showed it unto the Israelites.
Right.
Israelites,
He
I'm
ain't
thinking that,
he ain't revealed it to no other nation.
Yep.
You know, so we can't get mad if we see Moabites eat bats,
Right.
tiny rodents, tadpoles and shit.
right.
They wasn't given the law.
Right.
You know, but our people ain't supposed to follow that.
That's right. That's Slakia. I said that's why in the Maccabees, you know, he got so mad he struck that Jake. Remember he threw the javelin through him? Like we sitting here, we know the laws, and then you willingly sacrificing unto this base man. You know?
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yep. That started the revolt.
That was during the time of when our people was in the wilderness, they worshiped by all Bjorn. You know what I'm saying? Well, I forget his name. He threw that javelin through. Yeah, he threw that javelin through that one dude who was sleeping with that damn Canaanite, man. brought it to the tent and everything. Like, yeah, what's up, yo? This my man. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at Baal Peor, it means the God of the opening. You see, and how would you worship Baal Peor? Well, it would be all these loose, you know what I'm saying, reprobate sex acts, man. You would go to the temple, you would have sex with the harlots, do all type of base things in the temples, man. Have orgies.
Oh man, that's very demonic.
Hey, but that's what our people are worshiping now, man. That Baal Peor spirit.
You know what? That was very big in Rome too. Grottos, whorehouses.
Side niggas. That's all that is today. A side chick, side nigga. You know, being cool with being an adulterer, multiple sex partners. He was just another nigga on the hit list. All these acts are what the heathens are set up to do because they haven't been given the laws.
Right. They don't know that if you commit adultery, both of them have to die.
Right.
You know? Or homosexuality.
Right. Because now it's promoted with a hashtag and 1 million followers.
God. Hey, it's going to go into that too, really, what we're talking about. Go ahead,
back in Romans 1 at verse 20. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen.
That's right. Being
understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and the Most High and the Godhead, so that they are without excuse.
So the things that you see that are invisible, the atoms, things of that nature, man, right? Because if you break down an atom, you know what I'm saying, if you break down your body and reduce it to, you know what I'm saying, each element, you know, you have to come to the conclusion that it's just pure energy that's running you. That's very, very meticulous, very, very planned out, man.
Very precise.
What's it, methodological, right? Very precise. You have to come to the conclusion that, man, that's a high power.
Right, the Most High took all these elements and formed a man out of the ground, Adam or Dama.
Right.
It means ground. And he said he was perfect. You know, he got 2 ears, 1 mouth, 2 eyes, you know.
Understanding.
Yeah, right, it goes to that.
17.
And connotations. See, that mind that he gave us, man.
What you call common sense.
Common sense, which ain't common nowadays.
Nope.
Right.
You say that the ecosystem, how the trees, it breathes, it takes in carbon dioxide and pushes out oxygen. The ozone layer protecting us from the sun. The sun and how it feeds plants.
Right, the sun is like the perfect distance from the earth.
Right.
How do you explain that?
Right.
With a big bang.
Right.
Right.
You, in order for you to believe in a big thing, you have to have a substantial amount of faith. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it boils down to. Because if you ask somebody that believes in big bang, how did it start? They can't answer you that.
A germ. Right. Where did that germ come from?
Right.
What created that bacteria? How is bacteria made? And where does it stay?
Right.
How?
They want to make the argument that cosmetic soup. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you ever heard of that before. The cosmetic soup where all the elements were in place with each other, billions of years to where life just had to come in place. But where the elements come from?
Right.
You say that the universe came from a very small point, the size of the head of a pin, and it just exploded. What was the catalyst to the explosion?
Right.
You have to come to the conclusion that there's a higher power, man. But see, people don't want to acknowledge that, and now, you know what I'm saying, for centuries actually, and they live in a very reprobate and a very, very carnal mind, and primitive mindset. And that's why you had them worshiping trees and things of that nature. That's why it says in Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, don't go after the way of the heathen, man. Either, you know what I'm saying, basically fathom their way, or favor their way.
Like the heathen, they still messed up, man. They sacrifice little babies.
Right.
To Molech. Pass them through fire.
For a piece of rain.
And Jake went off hard too. If you watch the movie Apocalypto, they were sacrificing each other, burning their hearts.
Right.
You know, saying they're doing that for the Lord. Man. The Lord says He's not the God of the dead, but the God of the living.
That's right.
Romans 1:21. because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as the Most High. Neither were thankful, but became vain in their own imagination. And their foolish heart was darkened.
Keep going now.
Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, man. And how they become fools? Right? They became fools because they began to worship idols, man. Hey, Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 21, bro.
I got you right here. It's Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 21, and it reads, and this was an occasion to deceive the world, for men serving either calamity or tyranny did ascribe unto stones and stocks the incommunicable name. Moreover,
so they called these, and this is beautifully written. So it's saying that I mean, that's the spirit. The me and the brother was talking about the stones. He was hit me to the stones, or how these stones have certain demons on them, man. So you have people out there, they're worshiping these stones. They're giving them these stones the incommunicable name, call them the higher power, right? And what is it producing? Madness. Go ahead, huh?
And it reads, moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, but whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace.
That's right.
For which they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revilings of strange rites.
Go ahead, keep going now.
They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled.
That's what you see. Our people are into all these idol worshiping, man, and nothing is undefiled now, man. Everything is very tainted. Why is that? Because again, they're putting their faith in something that's corruptible. Go ahead,
and it reads, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, but either one slew another traitorously or grieved him by adultery, so that there reigned in all men without exception blood, manslaughter, theft, and dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumult, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kind.
If you have a 1611, that change of kind means sex.
Transgender. And it reads, disorder in marriages, adultery, and shameless uncleanness.
Keep going on.
For the worshiping of idols, not to be named in the beginning, the cause and the end of all evil.
And that's why our people are in the state they're in, because they are worshiping idols. And they worshiping these corruptible things, it produces what? Disassimilation, adultery, transgenderism, violence in these various communities, confusion, right? Tumults,
all these false
pestilence.
gods. All these false gods cause you to be in the flesh,
right?
But only the Most High causes you to be in the spirit,
right?
Yahweh said, "My Father's a spirit, worship in the spirit." But all these other gods, you got to be in the flesh,
right?
All in the flesh,
right? Because it's something tangible,
temporal.
That's why people they worship sex. You know what I'm saying?
Sex gods.
They worship these Hermetic gods.
That's why Jay come up. They won't believe the one they call Jesus was a black man, but they will believe Jesus was a so-called black woman before they'll believe it's a black man. You know, they'll believe Beyonce is a savior before Yahweh Shai.
Well, you know they got a church out here in New York. They be singing those Beyonce hymns. And it's supposed to be a church. Yeah, I see that on Vice TV. She's a high level.
Seen that too.
Like that Queen of Heaven doctrine, man. And that's something that's always been a stumbling block to our people.
Diana.
Hey, Jeremiah 14, 41 and 17, huh?
I got a quick precept.
Brother.
It's Hosea 4:1.
Right.
Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord had the controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in the land.
Hey, so the Most High got beef. That word controversy, you know, What does that mean? Well, that means that hey, he's you're adverse to something.
Yep.
You know?
Enmity.
So there's enmity between us, you know what I'm saying, and the true power.
Yeah.
That's right.
Why is that? Because like the brother brought out beautifully, man. There's no knowledge of him. Did you have one of that actually like?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's it says verse 2, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood.
Yeah, and that's the evil eye towards the brother. You know, you got so-called black on black crime, black on brown crime, brown on brown crime. That's because Israel's supposed to have the truth of the Most High. We're not supposed to be killing one another.
Committing adultery.
Committing to sleep with each other. You know, when you look at a family member, you got to look at that as your fellow Israelite.
Right.
But now Esau has subsidized that to a household. And even a household ain't even cool no more. You know, you got a father sleeping with their son's girlfriend.
Yep.
Mother's sleeping with their daughter's boyfriends. You know?
Yep.
Man's foes in her household. I got just a quick one, Bubba Kashab.
Come on, bro.
James 4:4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Most High.
Right.
That's right. You got guys out there that's in his truth. They're bringing that worldly doctrine. Because if you read up in James, excuse me, the 4th chapter, he basically says, man, why is there enmity amongst you? And the reason why is because you're bringing that worldly doctrine into the truth, man. And it's not mixing. You see? So that's why it says in Romans, the 12th chapter, you got to be renewed by the transformation of your mind.
That's right.
What are you conforming it to? You're conforming to the will and the way of Yahweh Bashim man. You see? So you brothers and sisters out there that's watching these vids, man, that's what it's all about, bro. This thing is about us actually living the truth, man. Not going out here and cut, I'm going to cut my neighbor. I'm going to cut my mama. I'm going to cut my brother. No, bro. Hey, you brothers and sisters out there, you have to live it. You have to believe in this truth, man. This has to be your way of life. A way of life is synonymous with culture.
Right.
You understand? Y'all brothers understand what I'm saying out there? You know?
Your likes, your dislikes.
Our culture is not do-rags and tennis.
Right.
No,
Our culture is not that.
Like our culture goes deeper than that. Man. Our culture is having a relationship with the true power. Being delivered.
Right.
You know?
In the book of Ecclesiastes, it says the whole duty of man is to serve Yahweh Shema Shai. It says seek the Lord in the days of thy youth. You know,
Colossians.
Be
born again.
You
got to be a new creature. You gotta change what you like, change what you dislike. That's what about being born again is that our people don't realize because they're complacent with a base mentality. It's easy for them to wake up whenever they want, walk to the corner store, get a blunt, get a bottle, get a bitch, if you will, right? So it's easy for them to not pull their pants all the way up, you know? It's easy for them to throw a do-rag on. It's easy for them to not question what they eat. Even people that count calories, it's tiring. But the laws aren't grievous. So that fear and that faith comes into play. It makes it easy for you to watch what you eat. But for Jake, he just lives this carefree lifestyle.
Right.
I'll eat whatever I want. I'll smoke whatever. I'll screw whoever. Today I'm a woman. Tomorrow I'm a man.
Gender fluid.
I might be a blood. I might be a crip.
Right.
They're just flowing with the wicked emotion of this potion.
I might be Muslim. I might be a Christian Baptist.
But that's the doctrine of that do with that weird spirit. You your own God spirit, man. You see what I'm saying? That Baphomet spirit. Because if you look at the painting of Baphomet, it's very meticulous. That's why it's a man. That's why it's a woman. That's why it's drawn in black. That's why it's drawn in white. That's why one arm is up, one arm is down. That's why it's an animal. That's why it's a God. And that goes into there is no right or wrong. It's whatever you believe was right and wrong, man. Because that painting was painted by who? A sociologist from France. I forget his name. He painted Baphomet, but actually that went back to Mendes, man. The goat god of Egypt. And you can read about that in Leviticus 17:7, man. We'll grab that right quick. Hey, but finish that what you had in Romans, because that's good to what you talking about. Then we'll grab this, and then we'll go to Leviticus 17:7 just to prove what I said. You know what I'm saying?
The one who painted Baphomet was Eliphaz Levi.
Yep.
Levi.
Levi.
His name is Levi.
Yeah, he's a fake Jew. Go
It
ahead.
says Eliphaz Levi published Dogmi El Ruth, it looks like a ritual, Di Lahuti Magi, Dogma and Rituals of High Magic, as 2 volumes, Dogma 1854, Ritual 1856, in which he included an image he had drawn himself, which he describes as Baphomet, and the Sabbatic goat, showing a winged humanoid goat with a pair of breasts and a torch on its head.
Man,
See that?
that's so demonic,
Going
man.
into, you know what I'm saying, you your own God. And that's Jake put a spin on and say, knowledge of self.
Yeah.
Even the group Black Star, you know, back in the day, you know, brothers out there that are hip hop fans, they're going to knowledge of self determination, and that's what knowledge of self determination.
There's a lot more.
Go ahead, Doc.
Since 1856, the name Baphomet has been associated with the Sabbatic goat, image drawn by Eliphaz Levi, which contains binary elements representing the symbolization of the equilibrium of opposites, half human, half animal, male and female, good and evil, on and off.
And what is this? What is that saying?
Yeah.
Both of them have components, righteous components that are within you, and that's why they push the whole term gender fluidity.
Right. Binary, non-binary.
You know what I'm saying?
Cisgender.
There is no gender. You know, that's why they push that, man. And that's why these guys are coming out, which is sex matching. We just talked about that, right? You got guys, Billy D. Whitman.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, dude.
He was the man back in the day, in the 70s.
Yep.
You watch these black exploitation movies.
Colt 45.
He was just that. He was that guy.
Yep.
He was that dude. He was like, man, you wanted to be like him, man.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Now he's coming out. He's gender fluid.
Well,
Which is what?
Yep.
That's that magic. I am God. That besides me, there is no other.
yeah. Well, didn't they also use him in Undercover Brother? Remember, they used him. If brothers are familiar with Undercover Brother, they used him and possessed him and made him sell Jake the chicken that was poisoned.
Oh, yep.
So they used a substantial leader in a Jake community to bewitch them.
Those that usually cause the air.
The leaders of thy people cause thee to err.
Right.
So Esau will lead up a leader in Jake just to use him as a fall guy for the majority.
right.
And that's exactly what's happening. So a lot of older Jakes that reverence Willie D, they're like, well, shit, Willie D with it. It must not, you know.
Yeah.
Old niggas.
I'm not gonna say nothing about it. I ain't with it, but I ain't gonna say nothing about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna combat it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Willie D with it, I'm cool.
Right, shit. I ain't with that gay shit, but shit,
But
hey,
shit.
you
Right.
with it,
Right.
shit. You know?
Naughty by nature cool with it.
Yeah.
So.
Don't fuck with me.
Hey, Isaiah 5:20 say,
Oh.
what should they call evil good and
Good
good
and
evil,
evil,
man?
yeah,
And a
yeah.
lot of our people, man, that they are what's the word I'm looking for? They are apathetic to what these people are pushing. They don't care. They're not worried about it. As long as you come in with it,
Right.
you know.
Right.
And that produces what? More wickedness in our community.
Yeah.
Now, what if Maccabees had that same mindset?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna follow the Lord, but shit, if you wanna
Right.
the idols, well, you wouldn't have had the Hasmonean dynasty.
Right.
You would have had the Pharisees, the Sadducees. We probably wouldn't be here talking. You understand me? So the standard has to be set, man.
Right. Draw the line.
Go ahead, Doc.
Back in Romans 1, verse 20, 23, 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible power into an image made like to a corruptible man.
Right. The black woman is God. Go ahead, Doc.
And to birds and four-footed beasts.
Right. See that?
Yeah, because they call women birds. And creeping things. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves.
And that's why you get this whole the whole doctrine of black males need to express their femininity. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah.
Or that the feminine aspect, toxic masculinity.
Yep.
You right?
Yep.
It is all to push that doctrine of androgynism, man.
Right. Gays and new black.
Yeah, gays, new black, all that madness. And this goes back to what? The worshiping of these idols. We just read in Wisdom of Solomon 14, what is the product of worship of idols? This is one of those characteristics, man. Right? This disorder in marriage.
Right.
Which a huge component to marriage is what? Sex.
Yeah. How many times do women sleep with their pastors?
Right.
Black woman's got a church.
Yep.
Her man only goes because of her, and then she's getting popped off by the pastor.
Oh, she's chopping them out.
Yeah. And shit, that happened in the scriptures. Those wicked Levite priests, the women would go to the temple, and then they were sleeping with them. You know, you got African pastors showing their women how to do doggy style. That shit's sick.
Shit's crazy. Yeah.
It's sick out here.
Yeah. Pastors having their women line up with bikinis, butt naked, and taking
their panties off,
their pictures. Yep. So I want y'all to get a man.
Yeah.
You can go straight Luke on these boys.
Yeah. Right. Doodoo Brown.
Fuck that pop.
Fuck that pussy, man.
Yeah.
Shit, wow, man.
Popping that pussy. Hey, you got one dude, he had these women twerking in the church.
Yep.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Yep. Tight ass dresses. Same dress they wore at the club
The other night.
last night.
That's witchcraft,
Still
man.
got the next nigga sweat on it from the song.
Yeah.
2 nights ago.
That's witchcraft. But hey, that's what's being produced, worshiping these idols, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Al.
Leviticus 17:7, and it reads, "And they shall no more offer their sacrifices unto devils, after whom they have gone a whoring. This shall be a statute forever unto them throughout their generations."
Go ahead, look up that word.
And the word devil, when you go into it, it goes into hairy, he-goat, buck, a sacrificial animal, may refer to a demon-possessed goat like swine of Gardara.
That's right. And what is the head of Baphomet?
Fucking goat. Yep.
Who's Yahushua coming to separate the sheep from the goat?
That's right.
So Esau's the ultimate idol. You know? That's why he comes up with shows called American Idol. You know? He's the one that pushes you should reverence him as a god.
Right.
Fan clubs, fanatic.
Yep.
He puts that spell on you, you know?
That's right.
Right. And that's why the scriptures, Esau is the god of this world.
Yep.
And that's why the disciples actually was shy. What time is going to be the end and the signs of the world? You go into in that word. It means the eon. It's talking about Esau's society, man.
That's right. That's more than that.
A little more Roman. 1:24. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness, to the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, to change the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
That's right. The Most High has given us up to a very reprobate state. You see? And there's only going to be a select group of people that's going to understand that we need to come out this filth, man. You see? Hey, going back to what we just brought out in Amos, the 9th chapter, man. Did we get that part? Saving I would not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, man. Does it go into a remnant of that when you read down?
Yeah, it talks about the city.
Con. Because that's what's going on, man. A lot of our people are going to get lost in the sauce here in the U.S., man. They're going to get lost, and they're going to be consumed with these idols, man. That's going to lead them down to the road of taking the mark of the beast, right? Which has sealed them, sealed their faith, right? And their faith will be receiving that horrible destruction that's described in the scriptures, man.
Right.
But there's only going to be a remnant that's going to understand that, guess what? I need to take heed to these scriptures, and I need to use this time of grace to get myself right, and I need to worship the true power.
Right.
And whoever have ears to hear, let us hear.
That's right.
Let them hear. And that's why we out here, brothers and sisters. We out here to let our people know that, hey, you possibly could be a part of that elect, that saving. You know what I'm saying? In particular, you men out there, man.
Yeah. I got a quick one for you. Done. This is Ephesians 4:10. The points at 14. He that descended in the same also that ascended up far above all heavens, that he might fill all things. And he gave some apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach, that we henceforth being no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
Hey, so we can't be tossed to and fro from the doctrine that's being pushed out in the world, man.
Right.
Like these people out here.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But we have to stand. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, Slakia. I was just saying, like, you can have 1,000 Jakes marching down the street right now, and they're all for Islam. You can't be, there it is, and you just leave camp.
Yeah.
You know?
You got people out there in Islam that do that, man.
Here.
The red many books, they draw all these books and want to incorporate in their doctrine, man.
Yep.
Right? No, man, this thing's about standing still, man.
Steadfast.
Right? And expounding what you have been taught. It talks about that in First Corinthians 15.
Yeah.
What, 51?
Yeah, 58.
Yeah, 58.
Yep.
It also says in Psalms, be still and know that I'm the Most High.
Ooh.
You got Jake, they just talk to and fro out there, man. They was Islam, Catholicism, then they're Hebrew Israelites, then they're not a Hebrew Israelite, then they're a Christian, then they're just atheists, then they're a man turned to a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the
man.
one Jake?
Yeah, that's right.
The one Jake came to camp and wanted us to read the Quran.
Oh yeah.
And he never read
He'll
it.
know that shit.
Well, he wanted us to read it. We out in the middle of winter reading the Bible. But now you want us to stand out and read the Quran.
But that's Jake for you, man. Jake is tossed to and fro, and that's why Jake is giving over to that reprobate mind. Yeah. Because they have no foundation.
Yeah. That's why we're fishers of men, because a fish is in the water swimming everywhere, looking for this to eat, that to eat, this to eat. They even eat plastic. So you got to have the right bait, and you got to know what to eat and what not to eat. A lot of Jakes, they get caught up in, there's certain fish that are attracted to gold or shimmer. So instead of using a worm, you use something that's shiny. And I can't remember the name of the fish, but you can catch it if you put a little sparkle on it. So that's why there's a lot of Jakes, not taking it from other camps, but a lot of Jakes, they into it because they see the purple, they're standing. Look at the black man on World Star marching in Memphis. That ain't got nothing to do with the ministry of Yahushua for his elect. But a lot of Jakes are still worldly. So they want a worldly twist with a righteous value at the end of the ticket. That's not the truth, though.
Got a quick precept.
They would have discredited John the Baptist.
Right.
Yep.
He and locusts and honey.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, he in the wilderness.
And then you would have a Jake try to come at him about the law when locusts is lawful.
Right.
You know.
They eat locusts in Africa now.
Right.
You
better deep fry it. You got no salad. You got deep fry locusts.
Or saute it.
Inside joke.
They in Saudi Arabia too.
Right.
Locusts for dinner, locusts.
Flip it, pop it, eat it. The locust lunch. We going loco for locusts, baby.
This is the book of St. Isaiah 34 and verse 16. It says, seek ye out the book of the Lord and read, no one of these shall fail.
Wait, can I read the NIV?
And to seek out the book of the Lord and read.
So you got to know what the book of the Lord is.
Right.
Which proves you need to follow teachers. You need men to guide you. Look, bro, just read this. Hey, just walk this way.
And also, precept. Let me get that. And also, you have to understand how to read.
Oh.
You know, because a lot of our people, you'll go to their house, Bible open, Psalm 23.
Dusty.
Gold stand.
All right, it's all dusty and shit.
Never touch the scripture.
Yep. Don't smoke in this room, the Bible there.
Right, but that's because Jake has a zeal, but not according to knowledge.
Yep.
Yep.
But see, the Most High setting it up to give you the wisdom But those men you despise.
Yeah.
You want to murder them.
Yeah, because in order to follow them, it requires to have understanding.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Romans 10, like it, and 1. Brethren, my heart desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge. For they being ignorant of the Most High's righteousness and going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of the Most High.
You know what that letter is? That's like you're fired. It's a letter like this is a manager telling the higher ups, like, look, we gave him the orientation, we told him what the job requires, but he wants to do his own thing. We gotta let him go.
Right. He ain't got it.
He ain't got it. He's not listening. So you gotta go.
Yep.
That's Jake today.
Yep.
Right.
That's why we got kicked out the land.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Trying to. Hey, what does it says in Judges, the last chapter, the last verse? Yeah, everybody did righteousness in their own eyes.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
You think about that? Yeah.
During the time of Judges, say, man, every man did what they thought was the right thing.
That's right.
Oh,
and because there was he descended.
You know what that sounds like? In Genesis 6, where every thought was evil continually. Remember the sons of God?
Yep.
So he had to send that flood on their ass.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna just finish off quick in Isaiah.
Yeah, and I got Judges for you too.
Back in Isaiah 34:16 says, "Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want to remain. For my mouth that have commanded, and the spirit that have gathered them." Right, man. So like the Quran, you know, etc. Like the book, like the Book of the Dead, Book of Asher, all those books, those false doctrines are not going to compare to the Yahweh Shai's words, man, because this word it foretells prophecy, man. It foretells what's going to come. All right, it foretells that exceeding great army, man. All right, like these words renew your spirit, man, your mind. All right, it heals you. Right, born again.
And don't be reading the book of Enoch.
Hell
Right,
no.
that too. Right, don't read that shit.
That's the stumbling block. Right. Yeah. They always talk about the book of Enoch. Just stick to the scripture.
Keep it simple, man. You brothers and sisters out there, really you brothers out there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you watching these videos, man, take notes, man. That's what we had to do. We took notes.
Still do.
Still,
You know what I'm saying? Take them notes, man. Write it down. Everything that we say, we bringing it out unto you, bro. Write this stuff down, man, so you get this understanding for yourself. Now, you might be in a situation where you're not appreciating. Hey, the brother just read that in Ephesians, the 4th chapter, man. And some priests, some evangelists. Everybody is not going to be a priest. You know what I'm saying? But you need to make sure you conduct yourself correctly, man. At the end of the day, with all of us are believers, man. Hey, you could possibly be a part of that multitude that get saved. But you need to make sure that that your doctrine, what you believe in, is very particular, man. This thing isn't about being deep. And I perceive a lot of cats out there on these comment boards, man.
Right.
You're dealing with that demon, man, that deep demon.
Too deep demon.
Yeah.
Not even out camping, but you deep as hell.
That's right.
They'll be telling us what we need to do, and then we got one video out.
That don't be doing that, man. Humble yourself, bro.
You'll be all over ESPN if a fan, not calling brothers fans, but if a fan went up to LeBron James and was like, look, it's like this. Like, yo,
Right.
you're not
out here.
You're not out here
Right.
even to be at that
But
caliber.
but that's the culture that's being pushed out, that point out culture, man. And you can blame that on the internet. Everybody think they're experts because they watch videos. Man. But certain things you don't have, you have to experience. And talking about that in Sirach, what's it, the 34th chapter, man? A man of experience is basically, loosely paraphrased, is blessed. You see? So if you don't have that experience of coming out here on the highways and byways, right? Or putting your body as a living sacrifice, man. And I don't talk about I'm putting myself as a living sacrifice because I told my grandma to stop eating pork. No, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about coming out here in these elements, man. You had no business, you know what I'm saying, speaking what you don't know, man. Ecclesiastes, not Sirach. Ecclesiastes 5:1. You got to keep your foot, man, and humble yourself, bro. Hey, man. There was one point I wouldn't even leave comments, man. Because I knew I wasn't on that level. I didn't plan on being out here. The Spirit of the Lord brought me out here, man. And you got some brothers out there that watch these videos and stuff like that. Hey, the most time might be prompting you to get out there, man. Hey, listen to what Yahweh Shabbat is telling you. He's gonna take this knowledge away from you, man. But first and foremost, man, it's about being humble, bro.
And another thing too, with a lot of brothers is the reason they're saying things is because they don't have respect. And that respect's not there because they still have that demon of an evil eye towards their brother. Now you may not specifically say nigga or this, but you're not looking at your fellow brother like, man, the Lord, man, I gotta listen to the Lord, dealing with him. You still looking at him like how Esau looks at us. Oh, I could do it too. They're not doing it right. You're not looking at it spiritually.
That's right.
You still need to be born again. That's a lot of problem. So that's why you comment and say, brother, stop talking about Esau. You got demons on you.
Yeah, you're not out here.
You're not out here.
And also,
this motherfucker got pizza game, but we can't talk about it.
Right. Oh, I did a video and uploaded at 3 o'clock. By 3:38, it was taken off. So Esau can commit hateful acts, but we can't report the hateful acts. And then we still got a portion of our people to telling us not to talk about the same hateful acts that he's doing, in so much that he'll delete a video on it.
Let your ass still an apple because you're hungry. You'll be on the good.
Got a quick precept, quick. Slocky. It's Luke 14, verse 8 to verse 11. And it says, when thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit now down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man that thou be bidden of him. And he that bade thee and him come and say to thee, give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest, the lowest room. But when thou art bidden, go and sit down in the lowest room, that when he that bade thee cometh, he may say unto thee, friend, go up higher, then shalt thou have worship in the presence of them that sit at meat with thee. Verse 11. For whosoever exalt himself shall be abased, and he that humble himself shall be exalted.
That's right. You gotta humble yourself in order to get this knowledge, bro.
I'm the top general of Israel.
Right.
Commander General.
If it ain't, I remember when I first came in, I was like, what do you mean if it's not under General Yahana? It's not the I was dead ass.
Disclaimer.
I'm like, what does that mean?
hey, back in the day when I first came in, you know, what was hot at the time was Company.
Oh yeah,
Company was hot at the time.
He had an action figure.
Yeah, he was hot. He was on fire.
He used to go to clubs.
Yeah, he was on fire.
Stretch limos.
Yeah, we
hoes and all that walking with him.
He was hot.
I saw him on World Star.
He was like a fucking
I saw that
It
before
was like
him.
Pinky and shit,
Before all
fucking
that,
Friday.
He was just on TV. He was on YouTube. He had books out. You know what I'm saying? Him, Ben Amin. So he was like, oh man, you know, he got it. Then when he started calling himself the company, I was like, I don't know about that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Well, he was one of the guys really that was pushing it, you know what I'm saying, at a higher rate. Now you had the elders out there, but popularity rise, it was a company.
Right.
And he was pushing that same doctrine, uplifting himself. And guess what happened to him? About 11, 10 years later, what happened?
Got a base.
He got destroyed, man. Now he got to do fan time. That's day for day.
Yep.
I do 2-piece.
Yep.
Hey, it tells you if a man think himself to be something.
Right.
It also says the sentence of an evil work is not executed speedily. Ooh. Therefore, the hearts of the sons of men is fully set to do evil. So he like, shit, I ain't get struck with lightning saying I'm the comforter. Let me keep going with this.
Right.
Both sides. Woo. Hey, Luke 22 and 27. For whether is greater, he that sitteth at meat or he that serveth. It's not he that sitteth at meat, but I am among you as he that serveth. Hey, that's your Howard Shot speaking.
That's fire.
So hey, the greater you are, like the brother said, the more you humble yourself. Talk about that in Sirach, bro.
Man.
You want to be great and all that, bro, you got to humble yourself, especially if you just got to this thing, man.
Yep.
So a lot of times it's about just being, hey, say, bro, listen, bro. You know what I'm saying? Be quiet, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Not being so willing to give sacrifices and fools. That's great at.
And if I can add real quick.
Go ahead, Doc.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You got it, bro. Sorry.
This is Proverbs 16 and verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, And the haughty spirit before it falls.
Hey, a haughty spirit, man. Quick to jump into something. You're being haughty, and you're not counting the costs of what you're saying, because words have weight, right? Words have a lot of weight, and if you're not being conscious about what you're saying, man, the most I can take you out. So you gotta be careful, bro, especially when you out here, you know what I'm saying, and you're an apprentice.
Ambassador.
You're an apprentice. I'm talking about these apprentices. You're an apprentice.
You're auditioning.
You don't even. It's like a job interview. You said the wrong thing.
You're not sticking to the script. I called you in to just read this line, and you got a whole new plan.
You got Jay coming to the end of job interview late.
Put feet on the table.
Yeah. So, how long it take you to get this job?
When's
I
break?
think I can do this job. I think I can do that job.
When's break?
You go into the break room, looking into the break room like, you know, you need to be the manager.
Right.
Yeah, I know you've been here for 2 years, but I just like your style.
Yeah.
You need to be the manager.
Yep.
And walk out.
Yep.
Grab a donut and walk out.
Yep. That's Jake.
That's Jake on these comic boards.
And then they'll scoff at the business for firing their ass.
For not hiring you.
For not hiring.
They tell you, hey man, we'll get you. Do your own thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So you just got it like that.
All right. Quick.
And that's a problem with our people, man. They talk too damn much.
Hell yeah.
That shit on me culture. Hey, Jake, wake up every day and want to shit on us, another so-called black man. No standard. That's why 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed.
That's right, man. Horribly.
Damn moolies.
Yep.
Don't bring that mooly culture to this truth, man.
That's right. This Ecclesiastes 5:1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of the Most High.
So when you on these comic boys, man, shut up, man.
Yep.
Excuse my language.
Yep.
You know, I say it, you know, more lightly if it hurts your feelings. Man, just be quiet, man.
Yep.
I don't mean to offend you. Just be quiet, bro.
Yep.
Chill out, bro. Go ahead.
Right.
And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools.
Be more ready to hear than get sacrifices unto fools. You know?
For they consider not that they do evil.
That's right, man. You ain't in the truth because you've been watching.
Yeah. I got one more.
Go ahead.
Judges 21:24. And the children of Israel departed thence at that time, every man to his tribe and to his family. And they went out from thence, every man to his inheritance. In those days, there was no king in Israel. Every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
Hey, that's that I'm gonna do me culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm doing me.
Yeah.
I'm doing me.
You just do you. I'm doing me. Remember that? I'm doing me. Yeah. You know, it's the only guy who can judge me culture.
Yeah. Tell Jakey, man, you know you ain't supposed to be sagging right now. I'm doing me, man.
I'm doing me, man. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna do me.
Like that.
All right. The most I gonna do your ass.
That's right.
And that's exactly what happened, man.
Yeah.
So when you are getting taught, man, don't bring that culture here. That I'm gonna do we that do is that we're a spirit, man.
Right.
That's remnants of the world, man.
That's right.
You're not gonna elevate in this truth because you haven't shit out the old man.
Woo.
That's those dicks that just come out of nowhere.
Yep.
They don't give double honors.
Yep.
They twist up the top. You know, the RFID chip is spiritual.
Right. Yep.
You know, that's
Yep.
those guys.
Right.
Right.
Got a quick precept.
Come on, brother.
This
Go ahead.
Galatians 6 and verse 3.
Wow.
For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceive himself. And a good example, you can watch the movie The Karate Kid.
And who the world called Jesus was a black man,
That's right.
That's right.
a black revolutionist,
You know that.
and he's gonna be judged. And this place is gonna be judged for what it's done to our people.
That's right, man.
Right.
Esau, bitch ass.
Hey, read that again, because that's a good example of an Edomite.
Yep.
Man.
I was gonna say that. These Jakes are baby serpents. They're baby Edomites, man.
Yep.
That's why Yahweh Shai say you're the father of your devil, man. You are just like Esau.
Yep.
You know, let him be filthy still. Esau the most filthiest creature out here. So all these Jakes are out of order and doing what they want. You're nothing more than an Edomite. So you're gonna be more sacrifice that's coming from Basra.
That's right.
If I could add, because Esau, he had the type of personality in the world, man. I need to eat right now, man. I think yeah.
And ain't am I my brother's keeper?
Right.
I just killed him, but I his keeper?
Right.
No, you bodied his ass.
Just like New Jack City.
Yep.
Nino Brown killed. Am I my brother's keeper?
Yes, I am. Pop his ass.
Yep.
Oh, you said read again, brother? Galatians 6 and verse 3. It says, for if a man think himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. Right, and a good example, you watch the movie The Karate Kid when Mr. Miyagi said, hey, go wax that car. And he said, I got that, man. I'm doing like this. He said, no, not like that, like this. He said, what you mean like that? So people come to this truth, they come in with that nigga mentality, thinking that they know the scriptures, they know Genesis, they know the deep breakdowns, but you got to be retaught. You can't come into the truth knowing things of a Christianity doctrine, for example. You can't do that shit. You got to be reborn again. Cleanse your filthy ways, man.
You gotta have respect.
Right, respect.
And that's where a lot of people become those brute beasts. What's that? The guys that crept in underworld.
Yep.
And Jude, the first
Yep.
chapter. Can we grab that? Because you got a lot of guys, man, that were in these camps. That was in these camps, and guess what? That was in these. Yeah, this gonna help you out, bro. This one. Yeah, this gonna help you out.
We're gonna be out here much longer.
Hey, that were in these camps, and they had that nigga culture. They had that I'm better than you culture, man. Or that I'm better than you mindset,
That
man.
white supremacy demon.
Yep.
Because they have remnants of white supremacy, meaning that because white supremacy is the school, college, the career. So when Jake gets pieces of Esau's white supremacy, he gets a battery in his back. So he may not be Edomite, but he has the remnant of the characteristics of that proud, that Edomite swag.
Yep.
You know? That way, Esau.
Hey, fuck.
I got a quick one.
It's like fucking Eric quick, and that's why he says, if he that exalts shall be abased.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, that's
Just
it.
going with it.
Yeah.
Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not unto thy own understanding.
That's right. Lean not to your own understanding. So when things arrive and things of that nature, or when things be perceived by the Spirit, just roll with the Spirit, bro. There might be things that you don't understand.
Yeah.
There might be certain setups, and now we're talking about in these camps. There might be certain things that happen in the camps that you don't understand. Roll with the Spirit.
That's right. You've been given the gift of faith.
Roll with the Spirit, man.
You have faith to combat what you don't understand.
Right.
I don't understand it, but I've been given the gift of faith to believe in it.
Right.
So I believe in it.
Most time will work it out every time.
Yeah.
When you start being presumptuous, right? When you start trying to push your own agenda, many have been succumbed by that vain opinion. Talks about that in Sirach, the 3rd chapter.
Yeah.
Many have been overcome by that vain opinion.
Yeah.
Right? And that vain opinion has induced a lot of people to start pushing another doctrine and to become complete demons.
And then they got a strong delusion.
Right.
And then they're seared. Like it tells you, then they're seared. See the steps? How you could transition and become a demon fully? A full form demon?
Full form demon, man. Give yourself over to that. Being presumptuous, man.
This is Jude 1 and 4. For there are certain men crept in unawares who were before of old ordained to this condemnation.
Yeah, so you got, it's a trip because you got people out there that will almost get the truth, bro, but don't have it. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. So you almost have it. You straight?
Yeah.
You sure? Yeah. You sure? You almost have it, but you ain't got it.
Many are called.
But you are chosen, man. And it can be one stumbling block that take you out.
Yeah.
And really, you will always have that demon in you.
Exactly.
It just manifests.
Exactly.
That's crazy, bro.
Exactly.
That's scary.
Exactly.
All right,
Ungodly men turning the grace of our power into lasciviousness and denying the only Lord power and our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
That's right. At 9. So you were for believing. You out here in these camps. You on these common boards going hard in the paint. But now you don't believe it.
That's why the scriptures say, fear not them that don't believe. You know? Just what if some men don't believe? That means you're not supposed to believe now? You got to remember there's portions that got to, if there's portions of men that got to fulfill the spirit to be the elect, then there's got to be portions that are not going to be. False prophets, real prophets, true brothers, false brothers, you know, men of the Lord, new creatures, old men. Everyone's got their own lot to play. So when you do see that, hey, glad it ain't me.
Yeah.
Glad it ain't me.
Hey, one of my favorite movies, Full Metal Jacket. They was sitting around this, but you remember that? This dead body. And everybody was like, man, I hate to see that. And one dude was like, better you than me.
Yeah.
Shit. Sometimes when people fall out,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? That, you know, that's better you than me.
there's got to be a 2/3.
Yeah.
Just like growing up, your sibling got his ass whooped. Glad it wasn't my ass that got whooped. You should have knew better.
That's right.
Because when I got my ass whooped, his ass had that same spirit. You know?
If you knew better, you do better. And that's why we gotta fear. Because that demon could jump on you. Demons jump on you, man. The higher you go, the more demons will attack you, bro.
Yeah.
And these demons are very intricate. Very, very, very subtle, man. Right? So you just come into this thing, man. Yeah, you've been watching videos for a couple months, but you don't have experience, bro. So you have to humble yourself. You brothers out there, man, humble yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, these brothers here, they've been endowed with a lot of views. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing because these are younger brothers, vibrant. You know what I'm saying? They're on the level, man. So people they gravitate towards them. If you watch it, bro, just listen to these bros, man. They're not going to steer you wrong. And if you have a legit question, man, these brothers will answer it. But they'll come in under that banner of, I'm going to confound.
Right.
Asking questions just to confound people, like the Pharisees used to do. Yahweh Shah, man.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
And the Sadducees, man. The most infamous one I'm thinking about is when they was asking about the resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
Why was they asking about the resurrection? They didn't believe in the resurrection. They didn't believe in afterlife. Why is that? Because they added on the doctrine of the world, of the Greeks. They brought that in. Because the Sadducees was a political party that was basically implemented the teachings of the heathen. You see? And through the Spirit, you got a lot of people out there who haven't watched themselves fully answer these questions, and they still have the teachings of the heathen. You see? So when you get into this thing, you have to fully wash yourself. And how you do that? By being quiet, listen to the teachers, man. That's why it says keep thy foot. Be quiet, bro. Read, listen. Go ahead, Al.
1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Read it again.
Yep. 1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Does it give start naming what the hell they gonna be acting? Like they gonna be
speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
That's right. Speaking doctrines of devils. Listening to that madness. Right? And this happening is gonna happen at an all-time high now. Because we're close to that end. So now more than ever, man, you gotta be conscious of who you're listening to. You can't be camp hopping, man. What we doing that, brothers? Be camp hopping, bro. Listen to one camp.
Just like when you go to college.
Right.
You go to Howard, you learning everything that Howard University gives you.
Right.
You're not going to Howard part-time.
Right.
There's a reason why you're set up to go to one college.
Right.
Or a school.
Field.
Yep.
You have a field that you're in.
Yep.
You go to one college, you know what I'm saying? Not to negate what the bro is saying. You go to one college, you might go to another school, but that school is under that, you're going for that same field. Right? So okay. You listen to these brothers, they're on the GMS. You might listen to another camp that's GMS, but guess what? You're going for the same doctrine, the same field. You see? You're not going over here, you know what I'm saying? I'm majoring in kinesiology, you know what I'm saying? But I'm taking classes for engineering. That doesn't make any sense.
Or if you're an electrician and you're under a certain trade school, then you go to another trade school that claims to be an electrician, and you just got taught how to connect the positive and negative, But then this school's telling you to connect it the other way.
Right.
You're confusing yourself.
Confuse yourself, man. You gonna blow something
And then
else.
you go to the first trade you went to and try to question them on it.
Right.
Well, we ain't even tell you that.
Right. We didn't tell you that. Why you do that?
Because
where you get this from?
you want to get abroad.
Right.
You don't want to stay steadfast.
Right.
Which means you don't have faith.
Right. It means you're just wandering around.
A wandering star.
Right.
And you coming under that banner of that do what thou will spirit.
Yeah.
Got a quick precept. 2 Peter 2 and verse 20. It says, for if after they have escaped the pollutions of the world through the knowledge of the Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai Mashiach, they are again entangled therein and overcome the latter the latter end is worse with them than the beginning. Right. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. But it has happened unto them according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the soul that was washed to her wallowing in the mire.
Hey, man. Hey, so you get into this thing, you praying with the Lord, man, he could really bug you out, bro. How you thinking on, to all types of madness, man. Hey, there's this one cat who's he kind of a famous rapper on like an underground level. He was with the original group Slum Village, by 10. He knew he was an Israelite, but he started going to all these other doctors to eventually he got on drugs, and he's dead now, man. Overdose. But he knew he was an Israelite. Like the dude Elzai, that's a Hebrew name. Who gave it to him? By 10. You see? So you had these guys out here that knew they were Israelites, but they ended up getting bugged the hell out because they was fusing it with all these other doctrines, man. You see?
Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep going. 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, this second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, and both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. Right, man. And listen to the elders, the apostles. That's how we get our pure minds stirred up. And I believe going to the word stir up, something like that, means activate, to be rendered active. And I always go back to the anime Dragon Ball Z. You got the android, he's asleep, but then he got activated, then he was on a mission, man. And that mission is what to be single-minded is truth, to keep your eyes on the prize, man. All right, cast off the mortal thoughts of man. All right, and always have in mind and meditate prophecy, man.
I got a quick one.
Yep.
1 Timothy 4 and 16. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
Hey, so if you love your family, you want to save your family, you have to, guess what? Live this truth, bro. Take heed unto yourself. You're getting this truth to live it, not to lord on people, man. There's a lot of people that's information grabbing. I want to grab from here, grab from there. I just want to be the smartest man out. And then I really say it, and I really factor in that you got to live this truth, man.
Yep.
You see? So you're supposed to take heed unto yourself.
Yep. Examine thyself.
Be circumspect what's good unto you.
Yep.
Through the spirit of Yahweh Shai, this word, this doctrine that we are pushing is good unto you, bros.
Yep.
Listen, man. Right? Don't get caught in the sauce trying to be that guy. Because I get it, man. As a so-called Black, Latino, Native Americans, man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we push, you know what I'm saying? We're so low in this captivity, man, that we try to one-up each other, man. In any capacity that we can. Whether it be something as simple as playing Madden. Nigga just talking shit because he's just good at Madden. And it's something that's vain as hell, man. And it's beautiful to know a whole bunch of scriptures. But it's vain if you don't have love, man. Charity. We'll talk about that Romans 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter.
Yep.
Love is keeping the commandments. Right? That love that is talked about here in Romans, it's talking about that agape love, brotherly love, man. Hey, you should have love for, you know what I'm saying, brothers out there that's putting their lives on the line, especially if you're not doing it, bro. And I don't mean to throw that in your face, but it's just true.
This is 1 Corinthians 13:1. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass and of tinkling cymbal.
Yeah, you sound good on these comic boys, posting scripture, things of that nature, but you're doing it to be malicious, man.
Lip service.
Right. Keep on going on.
And it reads, and though I have the gift of prophecy and understanding all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing.
That's right. So you understand prophecies. You know, the brothers out there understand prophecy. You know what I'm saying? That haven't been in for very long. You can break down Daniel, the 7th chapter,
Right.
books in Revelation.
Break down the chart, 12 tribe chart.
Yeah, but if you don't have love, if you don't have reverence to your teachers, what is it good for, bro?
You puffed up.
You puffed up, you swagged up.
And you're exalted, you're going to get a base.
That's right. You'll get your ass beat.
Yep. Many stripes.
Go ahead, Doc.
And it reads, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing.
That's right, because you're doing it for what? You're doing it for that pat on the back. You're doing it for accolades. You're not doing it because you want to be a servant, man. Hey, man, I'm telling you this, man. When you start getting to that mindset of servitude, bro, you start calm. You be calm with it. You just be like, look, I'm just gonna do work. I did a job.
Right.
I go to the crib.
Right. Right.
For real, you calm because you ain't got nothing to prove, man.
Right.
Hey, a lot of brothers out there, man, you're dealing with self-consciousness, right? And you're trying to get these accolades, you know what I'm saying? That's these corruptible crowns that don't mean nothing, man. That's why it says you have to take heed to yourself, man. Believe this for yourself. Build yourself up, bro. Then you ain't gonna need accolades from anybody else. A pat on the back from anybody else.
All right, quick one.
Right, where you at?
Sirach 18.
Don, bro.
Rock the much from outside.
Yeah.
Sirach 18:20. Before judgment, examine thyself, and in the day of visitation, thou shalt find mercy. Humble thyself before thou be sick, and in the time of sins, shew repentance.
Yeah, humble yourself, man, before judgment commences. And that's what we've been out here saying, really, articulate. Before it get bad out here, listen to your teachers, bro. Hey, we're not out here freezing our tails out just because we want to be out here.
Right.
It's an obligation that we have to you guys.
Right. Right.
Hey, the Lord told Peter, if you love me, feed my sheep.
Right. But then it also says, if you're not accepted in this city, flee another.
Right.
So, hey, y'all want to listen? The apostles now don't even go live.
Right.
It's going to get to the point, brothers do a video, you get enough scoffers, but all right, we'll just upload it later.
Right.
Right. And then you got sincere sheep, then they going to start saying, damn, I can't even. So then that's going to force them to come out. Because I need that word.
Right.
I need to get it now. Right. And then you going to start getting mad at 2/3 when you should have been in that spirit. But the Lord will put you there.
Right.
When you start really digging deep into this.
Hey, a lot of people ain't going to feel it until they get serious out here.
Yep.
Then you're going to see people lining up.
Yep.
Watch y'all for 4 years. I just do y'all was all right. Come on out here and get your word, bro.
Yep.
You see? Because that spiritual famine is about to happen.
Oh, yeah.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 8,
Woo!
and verse 11.
Go ahead, Doc.
It says, behold, the days come, said the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
That's right.
And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it.
That's right. So, hey, guess what? You're going to be seeking for the men of the Lord. You're not going to be able to find this, man. Because they already passed legislation to get us off these streets. And also to censor us to where we're not on YouTube.
Yep.
These platforms are dwindling, man.
Yep.
So it's time for you people out there that's watching these videos, take yourself seriously, get out of that worldly mindset, right? And really focusing while you're here, man. You're not focusing, you're not watching these videos so you can get some knowledge, so you can just be that dude, or you just sapiosexual, somebody who's turned on by sex. Turned on by knowledge. I just love to hear about this, but now, oh my
Right.
God. No, man, wake up.
Right. Women are like that.
Yeah.
Women like that.
That's right, men are too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Men are too.
Start talking about a couple periodic tables and a black woman god, and you got it, man.
That's right.
You in the fucking back of a jazz club like the man.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, that's why this truth is likened unto a woman.
Yep.
You see? Because it's beautiful to behold. When you get into it, when you read it, when you really understand like the history that you can learn, the language, the various languages that you grow into, man. You know what I'm saying? It's engulfing, it's intriguing.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
But guess what? There's a certain way. Hey, this wisdom is choosy. You can't just treat this woman like any type of way you want to. You can't just pick her up anytime you want to.
Can't call her when you want.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta, hey, she desires your time. And if you don't give her your time, guess what? She gonna give it to somebody else.
Quick one for you.
Time.
Sirach 6:23.
About that, bro.
Give ear, my son. Receive my advice and refuse not my counsel. And put thy feet into her fetters and thy neck into her chain. Bow down thy shoulder and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go.
And that's what you gotta do. You gotta bow down to this to the true woman, not to these funky women out here, right?
Right.
Some of you brothers out there, where this is cool, it's a hobby, but you can't get you can't put your girl down, man. You can't stop pleasing her.
Right.
You too easy falling after her to please your true wife.
Yeah.
Right? She's the one who's gonna give you that power.
Yep.
You see? But real soon, man, it's coming to where, guess what? You're not gonna have a luxury to go out here and to play with this wisdom and then go back into the world. You got somebody?
This is Revelation 2:25. I wanted to get 26 too. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. Lock it, man.
It's okay,
I'll get it for you, bro.
Count the water.
What was that you called out?
Rev 2:25 and 2:26.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, and verse 25. And it says, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. And he shall rule them with the rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father.
Right, the Lord gave us an opportunity, man, to get this understanding, this knowledge, this wisdom of how to please Him. It tells you in Baruch the things that are pleasing unto the Most High are made known unto the Israelites. You know, so we have to hold on to that like a beautiful, delicate woman, you know, and don't let her go, because that's that wisdom. And through that wisdom, the Lord's going to give us a power, man, on the earth to rule over the other nations and to show them right and wrong.
That's right.
You know?
I got a quick precept. It's 1 Corinthians 7 and verse 29. For this I say, brethren, the time is short, it remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. And why is that? Because of course, first you when a lady, you want to love a woman, but on this side, it's lovable, it's not speeding, so to speak. But brothers do have wives, stuff like that, but the time is short, man, and that's why like prophecy is speeding up. And the main prophecy that we're waiting on is a military tripping. And once that happens, everything is gonna run its course, man. All right, then that's why it's time to be single life, time to lace up your boots, so to speak, man. And put your game face on, man. Because a woman in these last days, they're gonna cleave to a man in the Lord. All right, so don't worry about not having a female on this side, because evidently the Lord's gonna give you that plus more.
That's right, man. Let me tell you something about this woman, man. A woman gonna be around when you up, when you down, when you on, when you're not on, man. You just gotta be confident in yourself. Right. I don't care how many men these women done played with. they always gonna look for a man that they can follow. That's why a lot of women say, I just ain't met a man that can handle me. Well, one that got demons on them.
Right.
But two, they acknowledging the fact that guess what? They want to be under the rulership of a man.
They want to be handled.
So if you want a woman, get yourself in order first, man.
To be able to handle her.
Right.
So you're not distracted. So as if the times you were in. Because ultimately Paul's telling you that a woman will distract you. Because when you keep reading it, it says, for he will care of the things of the world.
Right.
So you can have a woman all the way to the world end, but if you are distracted by that woman, you got to get rid of her. You ain't doing your fucking lessons. You ain't being brotherly. You ain't at camp. All because some fucking box. Or you got to kick that to the curb, man.
That pillow talking.
Yeah, rubbing my chest hair shit.
Yeah.
You got to fall back, bro.
Pillow talking. Brother telling me this, I just feel like.
Right.
Hey,
you know,
man,
counseling with the woman. You know, what you think. She don't know what she want to eat for dinner. Her spirit wants you to guide her, and you going to her for guidance.
Right.
You done fucked up, buddy.
Right. You showing her the video. What you think about this? Well, they kind of harsh on women.
Should I stand like this?
Right. Hey, man.
You gone, bro.
Appreciate shit I brought up.
Forget about it.
Hold the camera for me.
Right. Hey, man. So it's time to lock in.
That's right.
It's time to lock in, man.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. That's right. Your dog sense of spirit.
That's right.
Yeah, they know.
It's a beautiful dog, by the way. Go ahead, let's read.
Yeah. This is Ezekiel 7:26. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priest, and counsel from the ancients.
That's right. Hey, that's what's going on now, man. Mischief is upon mischief. You got coronavirus. See, you got rumors of wars, right? Speculation that World War III is around the corner, right? The Trump being threatened to be impeached, but you got to acquit.
Yeah, my man got to quit it. He's not in trouble as other men.
You see?
Apostle Tar said that.
Hey, so he did. Apostle Hart did say that. So guess what, man? We are in them times.
That's right.
Right? To where the times where, and we're in those times where, guess what? Real soon, man, we're gonna be quiet, bro. Right? And that temple's gonna just focus on itself. We're gonna be focused on each other, building up each other, and getting the administration of us right. You wanna be in that fold. If you wanna be covered in a day, man, you need to be quiet. You need to listen. You need to grow. Right? You had something else, on?
For the one that says the house of David.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Amos 9 and verse 11. And that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
There it is.
Guess what, man? Hey, the temple is being built up. You might be Jake.
Yep.
The temple might be built up. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone else will be profane.
Everybody else is being profane. And who's the temple now? We are.
That's right.
All right? Great army. We're going to be fine in that day. When they had that covering, you have to come under the correct doctrine. That takes humility. Right. Brothers out there, humble yourself. All right? That being said,
hey, we just want to give all praises.
All praises. To
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
The lines to the apostles, the elders that rule well. Peace and blessings to you, brothers out there that's keeping his words and serious and truth. Shalom.
Shalom.